Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and today I'm going to be showing you my Nintendo GameCube collection. Um, I decided to start the video off here just showing you an overview of what my GameCube games look like on the shelves. Um, they start here, these are all GameCube titles, and then down here, and then these two in here. And then we get into the Wii games and so on. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I have. Alright, so to start off, you can see here that I have the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat bongos in box. Um, and then I have here a boxed silver GameCube, and I think this came from GameStop, and there's like a cardboard overlay that marks it as the Mario Kart Double Dash bonus set. Um, the bongos are in there with the paperwork and the insert, and in the GameCube box, the silver GameCube's in there with the controller. I have the game separate, but there's no paperwork or inserts or anything. It was kind of just an empty box. So those are like the only boxed accessories or anything like that I have. So we're just going to jump into the games, and not all the games are complete, but they all at least have the cases. I'm not going to go through which ones have the manuals because that would take forever, and I have over 70 GameCube games here to go through. So we're going to start out, and they are in alphabetical order. So the first one is 1080 Avalanche. I love the game on the Nintendo 64. I've actually never played this one. I don't get around to playing GameCube that often, but it looks pretty cool. Next up we have Animal Crossing, one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. I do have the memory card that came with this one, although I did purchase them separately. I had this is the first GameCube game I ever owned. Back when I was a little kid, I saved up my money, bought my own GameCube, and I had this game. And it's a very awesome game, one of my favorites. Next up we have Blood Rain. This is actually the first game that I got in my GameCube collection when I decided to start collecting GameCube again. I had sold everything off previously, and then when I decided to start collecting again, this is the first game I got. And I got it from GameStop, and it was like $2.99. Next up is Baton Kaitos, Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean. This is one of my favorite GameCube games and one of my favorite RPGs of all time. It's a card-based, turn-based fighting game. It's pretty cool. Next up we have Baton Kaitos Origins. I just got this recently. I've never played this one, but I'm assuming it's pretty good because I like the other one pretty well. Next up we have BMX XXX. Never played this. It's kind of an interesting concept, I suppose. I got this game for free from a store called Buybacks in Vancouver, Washington. They had a game on the counter where if you land a quarter on the little platform in the tube of water, you get a free game or movie, $7.99 or under. And I won, so I picked this. Next up is Bomberman Generation. Never played it, but it was $5 at GameStop, so I picked that up. And from there I also got Bomberman Jetters. I didn't get them on the same day, but I did get them from the same GameStop. This one was $4.50. Next up is Cell Damage. Never played it. I think I also have it on the original Xbox, but this was $4. Some of the price tags are still on these. I try to take all the stickers off that I can, but I get so many games that I'd have to spend hours and hours taking stickers off sometimes. Next up is Crash Bandicoot and the Wrath of Cortex. I played this one on the PS2 a while ago, and it was pretty cool. Next up we have Darkened Sky. Never played this one. I got this recently from a pawn shop around here. It was only a few dollars. Next we have Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse. This one was pretty cheap at GameStop. It was like $5, so I decided to pick it up. And then my other Disney game, Disney's PK Out of the Shadows. Never played this one, but I mean it's a Disney game and it was $3, so you can't really go wrong with that. Next up we have Donkey Konga. I think I got this at GameStop, and this game is really cheap if you're looking for it. You do need the bongos to play. It's not that fun of a game, but I mean, it's a cool one for the collection. It was like $3.99 at GameStop or something like that. Next up we have Donkey Konga 2. Same deal. This one was $6 at GameStop. Then we have Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. This is the copy that I actually got with the bongos. Sorry, I did not get them with the bongos. It's the one that goes with the bongos, but I bought them separately. Next up is Dragon's Lair 3D, Return to the Lair. Never played a Dragon's Lair game, but, I mean, they look pretty cool. Next up is Extreme G3. I've played the first and second one on the Nintendo 64, and it kind of reminds me of F-Zero. This one was $3 at GameStop, so I decided to pick it up. Final Fantasy and the Crystal Chronicles. I've never played this one, and I believe I got this at a Salvation Army when I was going game hunting with non-tubers. Next is F-Zero GX. I've never played this one. I've played the Super Nintendo one and the Nintendo 64 one. This one was $5 at Goodwill. I mean, not Goodwill, GameStop, sorry. Next up we have Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I can feel that there's no manual in here for this one. So if you have a manual, let me know. But I honestly do not remember where I got this. Next up we have GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I picked this one up recently from a pawn shop. I think it was like a couple bucks. It's a double disc game. Next we have Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. Not much to say here, it's kind of a filler title. Next up we have Ikaruga. This is a shooter, and I'm not exactly sure where I got this one. I didn't get it too long ago, but it's actually pretty expensive, but I got it for a good deal. This next stack here that I'm going to go through is probably going to be the best games out of the whole collection here. First up, we have The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. I'll go ahead and show you these ones. If you're not familiar, this one was like a pre-order bonus. As you can, it says not for resale down here. This has a bunch of the old Zelda games on it. It's got The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, and then it has the demo of Wind Waker. I believe that I paid $3 for this, if I'm not mistaken, from a pawn shop. Then next up, we have The Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures. Unfortunately, I don't have the big box for this one that came with the Game Boy Advance adapter. I do want to pick one of those. I do want to pick up that box at some point, but this will do for now. I got this from the pawn shop as well. Next, we have Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Master Quest. This is also like a pre-order bonus. I got this from the pawn shop as well for only a few dollars, and it goes for about between $30 to $40, depending on condition. Next up, we have Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This one I also got from the pawn shop for fairly cheap. Next up, we have Lost Kingdoms. This game is pretty cool. It's another card-based RPG kind of fighter. I played this game back when I was younger, when I had my Gamecube, and I really liked it. I tried playing it when I got this copy, and I can only play it for like 5 minutes before I had to shut it off. It just wasn't that good. The second one might be better, but unfortunately I don't have it. Next we have Mario Kart Double Dash. I didn't get this with the Gamecube, so it's not the original one that came with it, and this one is the one that has the bonus disc, which is not the one pictured here, so I do want to pick up a regular copy of this as well. Next up, we have Mario Party 4. The Mario Party series is one of my favorite out of any game ever. So, besides 8 and the Game Boy and DS versions, they're all pretty amazing. Next up, we have Mario Party 5, another amazing addition. Mario Party 6. This is probably the Mario Party that I've played the least out of 1 through 7. but it's still pretty cool. Then last we have Mario Party 7. I do also have Mario Party 8 on the GameCube, but I don't like that one as much as the GameCube and Nintendo 64 versions. But this one is pretty good too, and I also do have the microphone adapter for this one and number 6. Next up is Mario Superstar Baseball. I got this one recently, I think from a GameStop. It was like $8.99 or something. Next up we have Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. This was $4 at GameStop, so I decided to pick it up for the collection. I played the first one on the PS1 back when it first came out, and I really liked that one. I've never played this one though. Next up is Mad Catz Groove Dance Craze. This is $3 at Goodwill. At GameStop, sorry. Obviously a piece of crap, but I am going for complete collections, so had to pick it up sometime. Next up is Metabots Infinity. I got this one, I think this came from GameStop. I'm not sure. It might have been from a pawn shop, but either way, it was only a couple dollars. Next up is Metroid Prime. I played this one back when it first came out, and it's pretty cool, but it's not my kind of game at all. But it's really cheap if you're looking to pick it up. Next is Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Kind of like the first one, just not my type of game. This one's about $10 if you're looking to pick that one up. Next up is Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I love fighter games. I don't think I've ever actually played this version. I played the Nintendo 64 versions more, but I'm guessing it's pretty good. Next up is One Piece Pirates Carnival. I've never played a One Piece game, but the artwork on the covers always looks very interesting, and this was $5 at GameStop. Next up is Pikmin, one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. I've never actually beaten it, but I've gotten to the very final boss, and I know how to beat it. I just kind of lost interest for some reason. I never actually finished the game, but it's very awesome, and it's actually pretty cheap. I think it's like $10 to $15 if you're looking to pick it up. Next up is Pikmin 2. I personally like this one a lot better than the first one. They made a lot of cool additions, and it's really awesome. And there's a story behind this one. If you haven't seen the pickup video of it, you can see that price tag on there. It says $4. And if you know anything about this game, you know it's very expensive. I don't know what it's going for at the time you're watching this video, but I looked it up today, and the cheapest on eBay is $55 plus shipping. So it's pretty expensive. I got it for $4, and it was marked wrong, but the guy said it was supposed to be $9, which is still an amazing deal. So obviously he didn't know what it was, but I was very happy to find that. I found this when I was with non-tubers, and he was you could say he was pretty emotional. Next up we have Pokemon Channel. I've never played this. I'm not actually sure what it is. I don't think it's like its own game. It says it includes 3 e-reader cards, but I don't have those or the manual. But I got this for $5 from somebody on a Nintendo 64 forum. They were selling this and a bunch of other stuff that I bought from them. But cool addition for the collection. Next is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I've never played this game, and I don't even know what it's about, but I would like to play it sometime because I am a big fan of Pokemon. Next we have Pool Paradise. On the back here, it just shows like a bunch of kind of lounge games. There's pool, darts, there's an arcade on there, some other stuff. It doesn't look that cool, but it was like $1.99 at GameStop. Next up is Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. I picked this one up recently for pretty cheap. It was like a couple dollars. Same day that I got that one, I got Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. Once again, it was $2 or $3 from the pawn shop. Next up is Rampage: Total Destruction. I also got this one recently from a pawn shop, and it was $2. And I like the ones on the Nintendo 64. Never played this one, but it seems pretty cool. Next up is Resident Evil 4. I've never played this one. I've actually never played any of them besides 1 and 2 on the PS1. It's really not my kind of game. I can definitely appreciate it, but it's just not for me. Next up is Ribbit King. I don't know anything about this game. It looks very childish, but it was $5 at GameStop, and it wasn't a sports game. So for $5, I thought I'd pick up a game I've never even heard of before. So I don't even know if it's worth that much, but for $5, I thought, why not? Next up is A Series of Unfortunate Events. This is also a filler title that I got from GameStop for like $1.99. They had like 1 million copies, so I mean, if you're looking for a really cheap GameCube game, here you go. Next up is The Sims 2 Pets. I like The Sims 2. I've never played the Pets version, but The Sims is pretty cool. It's kind of a laid-back kind of game. It gets really repetitive after a while, though. Next up is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Apparently it's the best game ever, but it's a filler title. It was super cheap, so I thought, you know, why not? Need it for the collection. Next up is Star Fox Adventures. I don't remember where I got this one, and I've actually never played it. I've only played the 64 version, but Star Fox game, so you can't go wrong. And then I also have Star Fox Assault. I got this one off eBay not too long ago. I think it was like $12 after shipping, which is a pretty good deal. I mean, it's not I could have got it cheaper somewhere else, but you know, I thought, why not? Next up is Super Mario Strikers. I've never played this one. I have played a lot of the Mario sports games, and they're always pretty fun. I would like to try this out sometime. Next up is Super Mario Sunshine, one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. I've never beaten it, unfortunately, but I have gotten pretty far. I really like the game. The controls, the jetpack, the water jetpack thing is really cool. I got this from GameStop for $15. I've had plenty of copies since then that I paid way less for, but I didn't want to wait because I wanted to play it. So I paid the $15 and got it from GameStop. Next up is Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is probably the single game, this is probably, what am I trying to say? This is the game that I've put the most hours into out of any game ever. I had this game on my first GameCube when I was a kid, and every time that I've had a GameCube or been collecting for the GameCube since then, I've always had this game, and I love it. I think it's the best one out of all of them that are out so far. Really awesome. Next up we have Tak 2, The Staff of Dreams. Just a kind of a filler title. Got this from the pawn shop for a couple dollars. Next up we have Time Splitters 2. Never played this one. It must have been cheap or else I really wouldn't have bought it. But another one for the collection. Next up is Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I never played this one. I played the first Tony Hawk Underground on the GameCube way back in the day. It was pretty cool, and I always enjoy the Tony Hawk games and Skate and all those, so got this one for pretty cheap. Then we have Top Gun Combat Zones. Kind of a filler title for me, really not my type of game at all. Then we have Turok Evolution. I've played Turok 1 and 2, and I didn't really enjoy them. This is probably, obviously, a step in the right direction with the graphics and all that, but, you know, it's really not my type of game either. Next up we have The Herbs, Sims in the City. Never played this one. The Sims is okay, like I said, but this one just seems a little weird. Then we have Vex. I got this from GameStop for $2.99. Looks like a cool little platformer. Never played it, but for $3, I thought, why not? Next up, we have Beautiful Joe. I don't remember where I got this one, and I've never played it, but I know he's a pretty iconic Capcom character now. He's in a few other games. We have 3 left here. Actually, 5 left, sorry. First is Wario World. This is one of the very first games I ever got with my GameCube, and I beat it in the first day that I had it. It's pretty short. I was kind of disappointed that it ended so quickly, but I did enjoy playing it. Pretty cool game. I got this... I don't remember where I got this exactly. I know that I got it kind of recently, but I'm not sure where or for how much. Next one is Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom. I got this from GameStop for $2.70. I used to collect Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards when I was a kid, and this one's supposed to have 3 cards in it, but they're not in there. But the GameStop that I got this from had 2 other copies, so it might be kind of a common game. So if you're looking for a cheap GameCube game, you know, once again, here's one for under $3 from GameStop. And the last one of the American games is Zoid's Battle Legends. I just picked this up in my last pickup video. Depending on when this video gets out, hopefully it'll be my last pickup video. Got this from GameStop for $9. Pretty good. And then I have 2 Japanese games. First is Luigi's Mansion, and these are both complete. I got this from the flea market in a bundle of stuff for $10, and it also came with Wave Race Blue Storm, which is also complete. I also got it in that same bundle. It came with a bunch of other stuff that was worth way more than $10, so I figure kind of for these 2 I paid like $1 or $2 each, so that's pretty good. So that is my GameCube collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a few requests to do the GameCube collection, so I guess just let me know what you guys want to see next. Just to let you know, I've got NES, Super Nintendo, which I've already done, Nintendo 64, GameCube, which I just did, Wii, Game Boy, which would include Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. And then I've got Xbox, Xbox 360. My 360 collection is not that big. I've got a small PS1 collection. I've got a huge PS2 collection. And I have 3 PS3 games right now, but they're not staying. So out of those, just let me know what you guys want to see, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.